Neighbours Daniel MacPherson praises the soap for launching his career. "It set me off on an adventure that is still going to this day." Former Neighbours star Daniel MacPherson has shared his sadness over the soap's axing after 37 years on air. After weeks of mystery over the future of the show, Channel 10 announced on Thursday that Neighbours will officially end after its biggest investor, UK broadcaster Channel 5, revealed they would not be renewing their contract. Production company Fremantle failed to secure another UK broadcaster, and the show will film its final scenes in June. Daniel, who played the role of Joel Samuels from 1998 to 2002, took to Twitter to honor the show that launched his acting career. Daniel played the role of Joel Samuels from 1998 to 2002. Image 10. Now I know there's some pretty important happenings going on both here in Australia and around the world right now that certainly need our attention. But I'm gonna pour a wee drink in honor of the show that gave me my start, he said. Daniel reminisced on how he landed his role on the soap, saying he auditioned after finding an acting manager when he was just 16. "I left to go back to school. I never thought much about it again, and HSC was coming up later that year. The night before my second last HSC exam, I get a call saying they've written me a role playing. Well, myself," Daniel shared. 3 months later, when he was just 17, Daniel moved from Sydney to Melbourne to start shooting scenes for the soap that would later catapult him to national fame. Daniel reminisced on how he landed his role on the soap, saying he auditioned after finding an acting manager when he was just 16. Image. Getty, "I knew nothing. Nothing." Neighbours actor Andrew Bibby asked me what I'd done before, meaning what acting work, and I answered triathlons with a smile, Daniel revealed, adding that he shared many similarities with his character Joel. "I spent most of my time in Melbourne from 17 to 21 running around in Speedos or some form of lycra. With various versions of basically a blonde perm and nipple rings since departed, but slowly I learned a bit about acting." Toadfish Lance and Joel almost got a spin-off no st. The 41-year-old went on to praise his fellow Neighbours stars for showing him the ropes when he first joined the cast. "Anne Charleston taught me that if I arrive on my call time, I'm late, still use that on to this day. Tom Oliver taught me not to sit in his chair the green room. Ian Smith taught me plenty. What a gent. He was a good father figure for a few of us youngsters," he said. "I say I grew up in Sydney, but because of Neighbours I did my growing up in Melbourne and eventually London. It set me off on an adventure that is still going to this day, 25 years later." Daniel revealed that after nearly 4 years of playing Joel, he tried to quit the soap but was encouraged not to by the executives. "I was pulled into an office by the producer and the executive producer, and in a last-ditch effort to keep me, they told me I should stay to work on my craft, that I wasn't a good enough actor to go out and make it in the real world," Daniel said. 25 years later, "I still remember sitting in that office, being told by 2 old guys that I wasn't gonna make it. Little did they know they were sparking up a fire that would become the adventure of a lifetime. Thank you, gents. Truly."